viewers. My name is Starla. You are welcome to Know Your Celebrity. This is actually the main edition of this program. Now, you know your celebrity, you will be introduced into the world of Nigeria gospel entertainment. In other words, every week, we're going to be bringing to you, featuring popular face you'll be used to on this interview. You'll be hearing the story behind their glory. Okay? Alright, my guest this morning is actually going to be the one to anchor this program from next week, so I'm going to be here. So next week, just wait on for Starla Inyang. Starla Inyang herself is actually an upcoming artist, the brain behind the recent song in the market now about Nigeria. It's actually called Nigeria Arise. Please just listen to this song. It's a beautiful one. You will love it in all ramifications. Nigeria Arise for you by Starla Inyang.
What is causing all these killings? What is causing all this bloodshed? What is causing all this wickedness? I can't figure out. The treasures of our fatherland rising one.
That was Starla Inyang, Nigeria Arise. Now, right in the studio, like I said earlier, we have the gospel or the singer of that song with us. So, Starla, you're welcome to Know Your Celebrity.
Thank you. Good afternoon, viewers. I'm glad to be on set this afternoon. I'm so glad to be in this program. Like she rightly said, we are just trying to introduce the program that will be coming up every week, your top 10-5. And I bet you it's going to be an interesting moment in the show. Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks so much, Starla. Now, I think the audience would like to know you. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Starla Inyang. Starla Inyang is actually my stage name. My real name is Stella Inyang, But my social handles, you want to get me, you get me on Starla Inyang. And I am a presenter and also a motivational speaker and anointed gospel singer. I have been called into the ministry of singing anointed songs from God. And I've been in that for over years. I have my experience with time. We're going to hear more of that on set. But I can tell you there's a whole lot in the gospel music industry. And I believe that as we go into the edition and session, we are going to have more interesting things to look forward to today.
Zara, thanks so much. Now, coming back to our topic for today, gospel artist and upcoming artist. Who is a gospel artist, if I may ask?
Okay, a gospel artist is someone that has been called, talented, gifted in the area of singing. Now, the gospel comes in to tell you that it's different from the secular aspect of singing. Now, in the secular aspect, anybody can go up there and do anything and you dance to it. But in the gospel industry, it's not like that. If you must last long and you must do it as a generational blessing, the grace of God has to be speaking in that area for you. So a gospel artist is someone that has been anointed and called of God to sing songs that are to heal, to bless, and to uplift souls.
It's all right. Okay, you just released your song, Arise Nigeria. How many people will not actually reconcile that to being a gospel artist? The gospel song.
Yeah, gospel song.
Okay? They might not get it in that direction.
Yes.
Now, how does that come into play? Nigeria Arise and the Christian or gospel music. How do you define it?
Wow. Okay. This is really interesting for me because I remember this song actually with the situation of the country. If you would ask me, a lot of us out there are not ready to sit down, pick our pen, and start writing songs on Nigeria. Like how, you know? But it's an inspiration that came to me. Actually, we had an instruction in my church to pray for the peace of our nation, and the Bible adjusts us to do that. So it was given like a 1 week period to fast and pray for Nigeria. And one of those mornings, I just woke up, I finished my devotion, I was hurrying up to go to work, and I was like, okay, let me just, I remember we were instructed to pray. I said, okay, God, have mercy on Nigeria, help Nigeria. I was just doing that for formalities, and guess what? I was just doing that, and suddenly I was overtaken by a burden. I tell you, a burden I can't explain to you today what that was all about. And I just started, I just felt myself weeping. I was groaning for our nation, Nigeria. And I was like, as if I was trying to understand what the mind of God was for this nation. And in that process of praying, deep groaning, you know, the song started coming out. And I write songs, I'm a composer, but I tell you, I don't give the credit of that song to myself because the Holy Spirit was actually giving me the words, the songs word for word, you know. And I wrote that song after the whole encounter I had. I was like, I guess this looks like a dream. I just covered my jotter and I left it. But after some time, the Holy Spirit told me, pick that song and put it on your phone. And reluctantly, I took that song, I recorded it on my phone and I dropped it. But it kept ringing in my spirit that I need to put that song in the market. So that's why I'm like, you want to talk about a song? This is not a song from the devil, I can bet you. It's a song from God, and because He has the message for our nation, Nigeria, He gave that song.
Especially
yeah, I'm telling you, I don't owe credit for that song. So, but I know that God has purposely sent that song to Nigeria, has a purpose, and a time of glory is coming for our nation, Nigeria. I trust, I believe that. I believe that.
Within that song, do you encounter any form of challenges?
Wow, a whole lot, a whole lot.
Anxious movie.
Yeah, the first one was, you know, something you are not really, you've not really put your mind into. I love to sing, I want to produce songs, but guess what? I never thought of going to the studio to produce Nigerian rights. I should produce other gospel songs, I have a lot of them. But from the leading of the Spirit, I went to the studio. Now, the financial aspect, imagine going to the studio that they're charging you over 300,000 to this one track, you know. But because I did not have the joy of that, I didn't understand why I was doing it. So I went there, I just did it bodily. The challenges, the day I was going to the studio to do the song, I lost my dad.
Wow.
I just got the news that morning that my dad was late, and I was like, no. So I went to the studio, I was already burdened in my spirit. So I'm like, what is going on? As if this song was not even meant to be. You know, aside that, when I even went into the studio, and suddenly days after my voice went off, you know, a lot of things happened, discouragement and everything. So that's why till tomorrow I believe there's something unique about that song. Because every step of the way is like the devil telling me, no, this song will not come out, this song will not come out. But eventually, even the video in the market right now is just a clip because the main video is still coming out, it's still going to come out. And I bet you is going to blow our minds.
Yes, I can just imagine that. All right, I would like you to say something on that challenge. Okay, you just made mention of the fact that I'm trying to produce this song. Finance was the major problem you have to encounter. Okay, now we have series of upcoming artists with the same challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, but now in the secular world, you discover that those that are up there, they like to pick up the younger ones and then they like bring them up to their own level as well. But is that happening in the world of gospel artists?
Yeah, okay. I would really love this session to go viral because it's like a clarion call for me that the gospel industry, we need to wake up. A lot of things is happening in the industry that I don't think if that thing gives glory to God. I don't think so. I don't think so because when you are in a system that the big cock don't want the small cock to crow is a big problem. Yes. Now, I have some part of the encounters I want to bring up somewhat is okay, when the song finally came out, I wanted to produce the video, and my producer, when he heard that song, he said, I know someone that would love this song. And I was like, well, I don't know anything about that. He has this person connection, and he took the song to this person. And now this is a young girl trying to bring out this song, and this is the kind of thing you like, and you're already planted and established in this industry. What does it cost you to give it to lend a helping hand? It's okay. Wow, I'd love to do this with you. She started putting so much price, millions, and all that, for me to put her in short, making a co-writer, and all that, and those things like discouraged me. So at a point, I feel backward. I was discouraged. So this inability to help the younger one in the gospel industry is a big problem. And I can assure you, in the secular world, in the music industry, it's not like that. I've seen and I've had a lot of experience in that aspect. It's not like that, where somebody can just see a small boy or child coming or trying to sing, they pick the person, and the next thing they're sponsoring the person. In the gospel industry, you have to struggle, you have to sweat on your own. And like nobody cares. I don't know if you're coming up a problem to the ones already up. That's the question I keep asking. But I think if the already established ones can lend a helping hands to those that are upcoming, I mean, the gospel industry will be a better place. It will be a better place. And I bet you a lot of things will happen. But another thing you see in the gospel industry is this island stuff. No man they say it's an island, but you see a lot of that in the gospel industry. The one that is standing wants to stand alone, want to stand alone and want to keep shining alone. And we have instances where a lot of them, they have existed in the industry, they've gone. No one has successfully replaced them. No one has successfully. They want to do what they are doing until they are even in the grave. But after they are gone, there is no someone to replace them. And because of that, a lot of things is not going well in the gospel industry. So I really want us to look into that. Yes.
In that regard, what do you want those to actually do to help? Just need mention of letting a helping hand. And in what regard are we looking at? What regard?
Yeah. I had a news recently of a very young girl that's in the gospel industry. I don't know if it's okay if I call name, but it's okay. Someone already in the industry did something good, and this kind of thing we've seen it once in a long while. I mean, so she heard this person's and the next thing she picked this person as sponsored her, and she's doing so well today. So yeah, so when you are lending help, if someone has already pushed himself to a level in the industry, and you've seen that this person has brought himself from the roots to a level, it doesn't cost you anything to say, okay, what can I do for you? At least from what you have achieved and from where that person is, there's a big difference. What can I do? Now, this area of finances, area of platforms. These are areas, most especially, you can assist people. But by looking at their job and the project they've been able to embark on so far, you know how you can assist in, giving a helping hand in that area. Yeah.
All right. In everything in life, you can't just generalize so many things. Now, we've talked about people that it's not lending a helping hand to those upcoming. Okay, but we'll have had one or two examples of people like this that still see these things, or didn't these things rather. So can you give us an example of any one of those?
People from, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Has anyone been instrumental to your
growth? Yes. Oh, wow. Thank you very much for this session. I hope she's hearing me right now, because I really want to dedicate this session to her. That is the phenomenal Minister Raquel. She's been a wonderful mentor for me in this industry. She's been both in the spiritual aspect, in the technical aspect, the knowledge and practical aspect. She's been a very important pivot for me. And she is one of the upcoming, I don't know if I will still classify her under upcoming, because she has gone way above upcoming, but she is doing well. She's doing so well right now. She puts up some programs, professional programs to train up young upcoming artists. She's a worship leader. Yes, yeah. She's a great. She's a trained worship leader, certified worship leader. So she builds up younger generations. She puts up professional programs, to train them. And when I did my first Nigeria Arise, it wasn't like this, the main one now. It was something else. I sent it to her. She was like, So she said, okay, I should just come on board for her professional program, Worship Leaders Masterclass. And I enrolled. And I bet you the things I learned transformed my life. I went back, I picked the song Nigeria Arise. I went back to the studio. And Nigeria Arise became the mind-blowing song right now. No, she's been a very wonderful blessing to me. And good enough, she has a song, one of her songs that
we'll go into that.
Okay.
We'll get to that seriously. Mr. Raquel, is a kudos to you for imbibing the culture of continuity. Thank you so much. At this junction, we would like to play a track from Minister Raquel's recent album.
Yeah, you have done me well.
Yeah, we have done me well. Please enjoy it. Thank you so much for that, Minister Raquel. It was a wonderful music. I hope to be seeing more of you and doing more of the things you are doing now. God bless you richly. Now back to Stella. I'd like to ask you, you are starting this program next week, okay? Yeah. Now, what idea do you have to make sure you create a lot of awareness and to also make sure that you satisfy the curiosity of our TV audience?
Well, I'm just smiling before answering that question because it's a whole lot. Actually, preparing for this program, the top 5 that will be kickstart fully next week, I realized I had, I don't know if it's okay if I just introduce the challenge I faced to be trying to get to my, we are talking about celebrities and we're talking about...
you can bring it up because that's actually the main topic of this edition.
Yeah. Okay.
Celebrities and the challenge that all coming artists. Yeah, that's talk about.
Now, this program is actually a platform that everyone, as far as you are in this industry, music, will really appreciate. But I realized I had some stumbling blocks when I was trying to get in contact with the artists involved, the too much, how do I put that? Executive platform. You need to call this one, you need to call my manager, you need to call this. Now I just want to bring out a point. I used to have a very close friend, and suddenly life, heaven smiled on her, and she now became she became famous in the gospel industry, popular and all that. And this is a person I could just call, pick my phone and call. And suddenly,
That was it.
yeah, that was then. So now, the next time I call that just to wish her congratulations, I was like, sorry, this is now a number for the management. So anytime, so you mean anytime I want to call her, I have to go to the management to call her. No, so I mean the relationship almost got sour because of that. So now trying to get in contact with our already made established gospel artists at the top there, it's a little bit challenging. It's a little bit challenging because of the too much blocks, gatekeepers. Call this person, then call this person, and call this person. Can we please water that down a bit? I'm not saying you should take it up, but make yourself accessible. Because the essence of all this is to give God the glory, so that the upcoming ones can be able to reach you. Just make yourself accessible. So that's one of the challenges I have faced when I started putting this in place. But aside with that, everything is going on well. And for the few of them that I've spoken with, they are so glad to have this, because if you understand what this platform is all about, you'll be glad that you were even called upon, that your song is going to be played on Clevenard TV, online TV, that the whole world is going to watch you. Come on now. You need to get excited about it. So I want to plead with our established gospel artists in the industry to please water down some of this protocol and make themselves accessible for those for the younger ones that are still trying to come up. You know, that's go a long way to encourage them. Yeah, thank you. But however, I'm telling you that next week is the top 5 gospel music program is going to be a mind-blowing. I mean, just stay tuned and tighten your seatbelt, because you're going to have a lot to watch. Yeah.
Thank you, Stella. Thank you, Stella. Okay, your first song is already in the market, Nigeria Arise. Henceforth, what's next for Stella?
Wow, I have a lot of songs. I have the ones in audios that are in the market. I have the ones that are still in the studio, and I have the one that are yet to be in the studio. But I can tell you, it's a handful for me. I know that God is just trying to start with me with Nigeria Rise. But I have other videos, powerful videos, music that are also coming up. And I believe God that in this edition, top 5 edition, we're going to have to bring them up as they're coming up. We're going to bring them up. So that's that for my program.
So it's been a wonderful time having you with us, Stella. Good to see you, and I'll be one of those people that are very happy to tune in to this station next week, Saturday, to watch you present the top 5 of you know your celebrity on Clevenard TV. And so, audience, viewers, will come to the end of this production. Okay? Now, I want to thank you for staying tuned, even when we had to start very late due to some technicalities in the order. But next week, we promise to come at exactly 12 p.m. And like she rightly said, it promises to be interesting, mind-blowing, and what you've never had in the industry so far. So the next week, I remain Franca, and I'm saying bye for now.